Welcome, everybody. All right, listeners, we live. And we live. All right, man. Welcome, everybody. It's your man, EC1, with another collab. And I got my man, Nikki Steels. Steez. I don't know how to spell your name, but I know we collabed before, bro. It's been a while. How you doing, dude?
How I'm doing? I've been doing my thing. I've been trying to keep busy.
Mm-hmm.
Football, the past couple of years, it's been a roller coaster ride.
Absolutely, man.
La-
We got a game
Last
today.
year was the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
got Where You Hiding's in the chat.
Yeah, we hiding, man. Anytime he wanted to come up, I send him the link, bro. But he's gonna be a father soon. Congratulations to him. Hey man, raise him right. Do not raise him as a Cowboy fan. Raise him as an Eagle fan. You know, don't raise him as a football fan at all, man. Because then you have to lose hair like he does. Anyway, how you feeling about this Eagles game, man? Talk to me. How you feeling? What's your confidence like? Do you feel like we're gonna come with a W? Do you feel like we're gonna come with an L?
It's a tough one, man, because I want to be optimistic about this team. I want them to win, of course. As a fan, you always do. But no matter how much you want something, there's always that realistic side of you, too, in the back of
Mm-hmm.
your mind. And based on what we've seen in recent weeks, the odds aren't that great, particularly with Kevin Patullo, who loves to be pass happy, loves to force Jalen Hurts to be a pocket passer, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not who he is as a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's an RPO guy. And you're going against the Chargers defense, who secondary-wise, they rank third against the pass. So
Yeah.
you're going to stick with the same play calling. It's not going to work out well. You got to do something different this go around.
Yeah, you got to be able to run the ball, and I don't know if we can because like we have struggled with running the ball. I would love to see if they could get Tank Bisbee going today, but I feel like they're going to do the same thing. Like you know, I'm trying to be positive. Like I said, I'm trying to get the bunny Easter in me and have the Easter spirit. But I don't even have the Easter spirit today. Like I feel like we're going to see the same crap that we saw against the Bears. They're going to get us hyped up. We're going to be feeling great. We're going to watch this team. They're going to come out first quarter. They're going to look like they're ready to go. And then it's like by this second half, when halftime rolls around after they come back from halftime, here comes a stupid play call. You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to get two good quarters of football and two good quarters of football and two bad halves of football, or three bad halves of football and one good quarter of football. It's not consistent enough, man. And I understand people are saying, "Oh, I'm not going to quit on this team." You don't got to quit on this team, but it's like it's draining. It's draining to know this offense is being neglected by two incompetent clowns, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Stankiani and Kevin Stenchulo running an offense like a madhouse, man. You know what I'm saying? Except there's no, restraining, no restraints. You know, uh, to put them in a what do you call those little vests? Those restraining vests or something like
Straight
that.
jackets.
Straight jackets, yeah. We should put those two in the straight jacket, but we don't have straight jackets, unfortunately. There's no little patent cotton rooms for them. Unfortunately, we're living in a madhouse right now. We're living in a crazy house, and we're watching this team being ran by two stooge nuts. And you know, Nick Sirianni, his toughness detailed together. But that's great and fine when you say that. But when the players don't buy into that and you keep saying the same stuff, you're gonna lose the locker room. And I feel like the Eagles team has quit on them, in my opinion. When you look at the players' body language versus the Bears, they didn't look like they wanted to show up. Only one guy showed up on offense, and that was AJ Brown. Nobody on defense showed up. We got a couple turnovers with Jalen Hunt. I mean, your defense was keeping you in the game for as much as they could. But it's like, and I don't know how you're going to do it. Now you don't have Jalen Carter as your run defense support. You're relying on Ty Robinson, who's never played a snap yet, I don't believe, in the NFL, or played a couple snaps, but not really as much as what he's going to be playing tonight. You know, um, I don't know. And I don't trust Adoree Jackson on, I'm sorry, I don't trust Adoree Jackson covering what's his name? Lat McCockley or whatever his name is. Um, Justin Herbert's supposed to be playing today. Um, and you have an offense that can't score points. I mean, the Jets have more scoring points drives than you do, and that's
Yeah.
embarrassing. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. And I want to have confidence. Trust me, I'm the biggest confidence booster right now because I want something to believe in, man. Maybe that Easter Bunny balloons decoration they have in their locker room will wake this team up and they'll go on a magical fairy tale run. But we know that's not reality. And what we're seeing is a guy who brought his little decoration into the locker room that his wife Lily had in the backyard, and he's like, you know what? Let me bring this decoration, and then I'm gonna be more positive with this team. I'm gonna get them in a Easter spirit. I don't know, man. I mean, is he gonna call plays? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why you wouldn't bring Frank Wright to help Kevin Butullo. You know, you do nothing, and Nick is more involved in this offense. It looks like a disaster to me. You know, no. So yeah, man.
And with Sirianni, the thing I've noticed through far, going back to 2021, the offense has always been at its best when you had a more competent mind as the offensive signal caller. And what happened in both those cases? We saw a Super Bowl run. 2022 was Shane Steichen. He was the one calling the plays, stuck with Hurt's strengths of RPOs. Yeah. Then after the Brian Johnson disaster, you bring Kellen Moore in. As the season goes along, he gets more influence, and you start to see the offense excel.
Yeah.
But when Sirianni has most of the control, or it's someone who has more experience, then you see the offense doesn't deliver.
Yeah, because he's a goofball that is just a cheerleader. Like I keep on asking these people, and I keep on asking these Sirianni fans. There's a lot of them on Twitter on IG. And at one point, I was a Sirianni fan, you know, because I go back and forth with this guy. You know, I like him. It's like a hate-love relationship with him, man. It's like I like him at one point, and then it's like, dude, I hate your guts. But it's like I don't really hate his guts. It's just like I don't see what Jeff Lurie sees out of him. I don't see a guy, if, you know, you need him to call plays. Like, he's supposed to be calling plays today. How is he going to call plays? In 2021, he had to give up play. He fired himself. Okay, Nick, because he couldn't call plays. And we're expecting him to run an offense when he's already involved already. So it's not like we don't know that he's not involved, because every year we see the two different offenses being ran. Last year we saw the same thing. We found out he was involved with Kellen Moore's game plan. You know, then we allowed Kellen Moore to call plays. Lo and behold, your offense start clicking. Your quarterbacks start getting better. Lo and behold, receivers start getting open. You know, same in 2021. It took them to the playoffs, or close to the playoffs, or closer to the end of the season, for them to give Shane Steichen the play calling, and you saw more of a tempo offense, more of a friendly offense that's being ran. And you know, in 2023, you know, we saw two different offenses being ran in 2023. Yeah. We saw creativity. We know Nick is involved in play calling, and I don't know how you can't not say, you know what, if this coach can't keep his hand out of the cookie jar, then he got to go. Because what are you going to do? Every time you're going to have to hope and pray that he can bring an offensive coordinator that can actually call plays? Or you got to hope that Jeff Lurie strips him out of play calling and brings another offensive corner where they're going to go in 2 years? I mean, Jalen Hurts has never had an offensive corner more than 2 years, man.
Exactly.
I mean, it's embarrassing. Every quarterback, Josh Allen has the same offensive coordinator with Joe Brady. Justin Herbert has the same offensive coordinator for the last 2 straight years. Okay. Jaden Daniels had the same last offense corner for 2 years. Okay. I've never seen an offense corner leave immediately after you get success. And, you know, here comes the flaw Sirianni with hiring these guys in. You know, the buddy shit got to stop. You know, it's not working. And that's the thing that got Doug fired, because Doug wanted to bring his own personality in. And Jeff Lurie said, no, I'm not doing that. You got to go. Pack your bags, Doug. Thank you for what you did, but it's time for you to pack it up. And all we did was hire another guy who can't call plays. And he was supposed to be a offensive guru, and he's not even that. You know, he was supposed to fix Carson Wentz. You know, we were lied to by all this front office because we were told this man could call plays. Well, that was a lie, because he can't call plays.
Right. You know? All he did was just sit there and watch Indianapolis with Andrew Luck for a few years, and then Phillip Rivers for his farewell tour. Then they were fooled enough to think, oh, this guy has experience with some competent offense. He must know what he's doing. But just because you're there for the journey doesn't mean it always works. That ties into Kevin Patullo. He's seen what a successful offense is, but that doesn't mean you know how to call plays.
Yeah. And you don't hire someone who isn't ready to be an offense coordinator with this type of talent, man. And I blame Jeffrey Lurie for allowing Nick to hire his own coaches because he should have learned from 2023. But I also blame Nick. Why would you hire your frat boy best friend to run an offense when he has no experience? And I'm tired of hearing, oh, well, this is his first year. He's been there for 4 years, man. He was under there when 2023. He was under Nick when we were in 2021. He's seen the best offensive corners in Kellen Moore. You can't tell me that you didn't learn anything from him. Hell, Nick didn't take any playbook from Kellen Moore or take some notes from Kellen Moore or Shane Steichen and use that in his game plan at all to try to get better as a play caller. You know, what does Nick do? I keep saying to man, Nick is a Brett Brown for the Sixers, man. That's all he is. He's Brett Brown 2.0. He is a spokesman in the locker room. He don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? He used to be, I mean, what does he do? You know, when things get rough, he's nowhere to be found. I mean, your owner is going to A.J. Brown and trying to tell them to chill out. That should be your head coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you notice this, and I said this to Eagles Uncensored, but I said, you ever notice, aka Eagles, excuse me, you ever notice that Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni don't do the handshake that they used to do in 2021? They don't do that anymore. You know, they don't talk to each other on the sidelines. I never seen Nick go up to Jalen Hurts and talk to him. I seen other coaches do that. Like, I see guys like Bo Nix, when he makes a bad play, who's in his ear? Sean Payton. When what's his name? Drake May has a bad game or he's making bad reads, who's in his ear? Mike Vrabel. Why aren't no coaches in Jalen Hurts' ear when he's making bad reads? When he loves the criticism. He talks about how he likes the criticism. Is the coach afraid of Jalen Hurts? Is Jalen Hurts not respecting Nick? Does Nick not feel comfortable? Like, I don't get it, man. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be a Super Bowl winning head coach, and I'm not trying to go on a tangent, but he frustrates me because this is supposed to be your job. There should be no reason why you should have players going on the sidelines, like what Saquon Barkley said yesterday, where he said he had to go on the sidelines and get these guys happy again because they were feeling down. Like, he had to pull guys to the sideline and keep them going. You know, and I don't know. If you lose this game, I think all hell's going to break loose. I think the offense already quit on them. And I think we're going to see an offense that just gives up, man. I think we're going to see a similar situation we saw in Seattle where guys are just going to give up, man. They're not going to play well. They're going to do half-ass routes. I hope not, but I don't see anything improvement. And now Nick is more involved. Come on, man. That's a joke, bro.
Right. And for Sirianni, you would think at some point you would learn from Shane Steichen and Kellen Moore. Even Sean Payton, he initially learned from Bill Parcells. When you look at his whole coaching tenure, obviously he did learn. He won a Super Bowl in New Orleans. He got him on the cusp a couple other times. Now in Denver, year one, okay, not so great, but you're taking a bad team and trying to turn around. Year two, you make the playoffs. Year three, you're a contender going into December.
Yeah.
Obviously, he learned something and he knows how to turn a program around. I say Sirianni, if you take him and Shane Steichen as coaches, reverse roles, Sirianni does less in Indianapolis than Steichen.
Oh, he gets fired. He gets fired. Look what Shane Steichen. Now, Daniel Jones goes down, unfortunately. You know, now Colts fans want him fired. I mean, hey, you want to fire him at 4. I'll take Shane Steichen back because that was his best year under Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had his best year under him. And that's another point, right? And I agree with you. I mean, he can't call plays. We got a dummy running an offense that he don't even run. He's Brett Brown. He is Brett Brown for the Sixers, man. You know, he's getting credit off the player's success, man. If you put him in another coaching with another team, is he having the same success? No. You know what I'm saying? He's not. You know, and I don't understand the life of me why Jeffrey Lurie and Howard Roseman thinks, oh, you know what? Let's continue to do the same thing. I would have been get on Nick Sirianni's, Paul's ass and say, bro, you need to bring someone in or you're gone. Go get Frank Wright and stop acting dumb. You're ruining this talent. I didn't pay A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to just look at. I paid them to catch the ball. I didn't pay our quarterback, who's a Super Bowl MVP, to just sit there and look stupid on the sidelines because you can't run. That's not my fault. You can't run an offense. Your job is to go and get the best coaches available. I mean, it's already bad your offense line is not. I mean, we're the most undisciplined team too. Penalties, false starts. Obviously injuries happen. Our offense ain't healthy, and that's part of it too. But it's also the play call, man. The play call is garbage. It's pitiful. And honestly, I don't know what to expect, Nick. I don't know what to expect, bro.
No, you got to be able to make adjustments during the game. I'll even take last night with the Houston Texans. They came out the second half flat. Their offensive line was getting cooked, and finally they adjusted the play calling, do some screen passes and some short plays, and they were eventually able to get a drive out of it and get a touchdown. And then get a turnover from their defense. Field goal helped seal the deal. But the point is, it took a minute, but they adjusted and they were able to make a scoring drive out of it. When things aren't going your way, you've got to have the personnel to adjust on the fly, do something different.
And that's another thing. Nick is bad with personnel. He used to be one of the best at it. His flaws are now becoming an issue, man. Even with the game management, understanding simple game management, right? For example, right, last week, instead of kicking a field goal, why not go for it? Your defense is already tired. But you don't want to go for it. You want to punt the ball, okay? And you give the offense who's been lighting your defense up back the chance to score the game. Or you want to go in Dallas and you want to not go for it when you just went for it. Remember, this is the same dude who almost cost us versus the Packers because he didn't want to go for it. He wanted to punt the ball. And in the Lions game, he went for 4th downs 2 times that weren't even close to a first down when he could have kicked the field goal. But then he wanted to go for it when he should have went for. I'm sorry, he didn't want to kick the field goal when he was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like his bad play calling is becoming a problem, man. His bad management of understanding games. Your quarterback is looking uncomfortable. Like, I don't know what you saw last week, but I saw a lot of times they're running a draw to Saquon Barkley on a 3 and out. That's your best play? Instead of going to halftime, you're running another play. I don't get it, man. This play calling is terrible, man.
Absolutely. And they're trying to force Jalen Hurts to play a style that he's not familiar with, and it clearly shows. Yeah. He hasn't been able to adjust to it. But newsflash, you got a guy who is an RPO guy. That's what he does. Use it. It works. Why are you trying to make him a pocket passer like he's Joe Montana when he's a completely different quarterback?
I hate when coaches do that, man, because they did it with McNabb. Andy Reid did the same garbage-ass shit with McNabb. What did he do? When McNabb got hurt with his legs, what did he do? He took his legs away from him. And he made him a pocket passer. And he destroyed his career. You know what I'm saying? Carson Wentz. We tried the same thing with him, right? Instead of keeping him the way he was been playing, we're afraid to allow our quarterbacks to play the way they want to play. Nick Sirianni and KP have been telling Jalen Hurts, stay in the pocket, don't run, and somehow make us look good while we design trash-ass, garbage, sorry routes. But you're supposed to make dog shit look beautiful. That's essentially what we're telling Jalen Hurts is go make our play call look beautiful, which is dog shit, and turn into gold. The play calling is a problem, and yet your quarterback is supposed to make it look good, and he somehow tries to do that. I mean, we're on the reason why we're in the games most of the time is because of him. You know what I'm saying? In 2023, he was carrying us. In 2024, he carried us again, where he had to put drives on the board, where he had to go out there and show once again, if he has to win a game, he can win a game, man. And it shouldn't be that. Your coaching should be able to make your quarterback feel comfortable where he doesn't have to play perfect, man. Any other quarterback I seen, they can make a mistake. Josh Allen had 2 fumbles. I'm not Josh Allen, but his running back had 2 fumbles. You can't have that if you're in Philadelphia Because if you have one fumble, that's all it takes, and your play calling goes out the window. They start playing this conservative BS. They don't play the way they're supposed to play. They go back to being too conservative, and they start getting scared as coaches, man. When Jalen Hurts fumbled versus the Cowboys, the whole momentum went out because they played conservative. And we saw with the Bears, man. The drive was beautiful. The first drive. You know what I'm saying? Not the first drive. The third and fourth quarter, which was garbage time. That was the only time you put points on the board. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see some glimpse of offense, and then we see, what is this, man? I don't know, man. I'm talking right now because I got to leave some frustration out before Monday, man.
I get you, absolutely. Because I wouldn't even call it conservative. I'd call it complacent play calling, because that's what it is. Just one-dimensional, complacent play calling that just makes absolutely no sense.
It's
no sense at all. Short passes, run up the middle. Let's see, pass to AJ, Smitty,
deep ball.
Yeah. And we're using one-dimensional player set. Everyone knows what's going on. They know who's going to get the ball. They don't have to really worry about Jahan Dotson or backup tight end or Tank Bigsby because they rarely see the field. Even if they do, they're probably not going to get used in the play. They're probably just throw in Tank Bigsby, maybe hoping that he'll catch the team off guard, but you're still going to run the same style play.
Mm-hmm. And then this is what John Clark said today. Justin Herbert has been pressured more than any other quarterback per game this season in the NFL. The Eagles, without Jalen Carter, need to get pressure from their edge rushers against the backup right tackles for the Chargers. Justin Herbert also thrown 10 interceptions this year. And like I said, man, you can get to Justin Herbert, and we're going to jump into it because I don't want to keep talking about the same thing because I feel like then the audience get bored. But I feel like you got to get pressure on Justin Herbert, man. And, no Jalen Carter, obviously. Let's pull up the injury report because I do have it today. I brought some receipts today. I didn't just bring my lips and my mouth and my beautiful sunglasses with my Devontae Smith jersey on my back. I bought some, I brought some injury status official injury status for this team. And, like I said, man, I feel like our offense right now has to be able to put our defense on their backs this game, and they're not going to. Jalen Carter showed out, did not participate. Lane Johnson is out, did not participate. Zach Barnhand, full participation. Landon Dixon, full participation. Jahan Dotson, full participation. Marcus Epps, full participation. That's a joke. He can't cover either. Great. Him and Sidney Brown. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Xavier Gipson. I don't know why he's here. I thought we cut him yesterday. I think he was cut yesterday. Thank goodness. Covey's already better than him. Miles Hinton. I don't know who that is. He was full participation, but he's not active, I don't think. Jalen Phillips, full participation. That's huge. Jalen Phillips looked like he wasn't on the active list for participation. He had a concussion last week. I didn't know he had a concussion last week, and you got to keep him healthy because one thing about him is why Miami traded him, and he's a great player, but he got to stay healthy, man. And he's been a big part of why our defense. Without Jalen Phillips, honestly, I don't think we even talking about an 8-4 record right now. Like, he's been the bright spot. Him and Jalen Hunt have been the bright spot. Nolan Smith don't do nothing. I wish he can step up today. That would be nice. Hey, Nolan Smith, hey, man, can you step up, bro? Can you step up, man? Like I said, I think you're going to see more Jahad Campbell in this game because I think that you need to be able to get pressure on Justin Herbert. And I think Fangio is going to have to, once again, unless this offense can do something, I think your defense is going to have to bail you out again. And, I hope not because, honestly, this defense, to me, shouldn't be able to be bailed out. It shouldn't be bailing your offense out. Your offense should be able to do their job. But we're going to see.
Exactly. And the Chargers, all season long, they've dealt with woes at the offensive line, most notably Rashawn Slater being out, and as we'll see in a second.
Yep. Yeah, not to cut you off, but I got the injury report too. Were you going to say something? I'll take that off if you're going to say something.
Let's see. We got looking for the offensive line. Any offensive line?
No, it looks like they were healthy.
at least the ones that aren't on IR.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they look like they're healthy, man, and they're going to
Right.
be wearing the blue jerseys. They're light blue. They're feeling themselves, man. They're looking at as an Eagles team like a sweet W. I think this Eagles team. I got a gut feeling we're not going to prepare at all. I think the Chargers are going to make us look like a laughing stock. Like, I'm sorry. I think Justin Herbert is going to have a game today. And I think that we're going to see a simple a thing that we saw last in 2023. I think we're going to see the same thing we saw in Tampa Bay. The playoff Tampa Bay game.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I think this team is quit on the coaches. And I don't want to say that. I hope that I'm wrong. But I think either we're going to see a Tampa Bay version or we will see a team that looks hungry. I mean, I don't know, man. Because, you hear the players, and I don't think they given up fully, but they're starting to look away like these coaches are not it, man. And they're not dummies. They know that their coaching has been holding them back, man. And it's just a shame, bro. But I'm sorry, but what confidence do I have today? We know what they need to do. Are they going to do it though? So we can go, and I'm sure you and I can go, and we can make a list of a game plan. We can be the brains today and go out and tell everybody what the Eagles need to do. But they're not going to do it. They're going to do the opposite. They're going to be clowns. They're not going to be smart. They're going to be stooge knots. They're going to be thing one and thing two. That's why I call Nick and KP thin one and thing two. Okay, Mo and Curly. Okay, and I'm trying to have positivity. Maybe the bunny will spark the bunny. Maybe the bunny will spark something. I don't know. Maybe last year Nick shaved his head and we turn it around. Maybe there's some bunny spark. I don't know. I want to hope that we have some positivity, but I don't know, man. Give me some positivity. Do you really think that we have a chance today with everything you saw? Like, I need some positivity, man. I need some positivity, bro.
It's hard.
It's positivity.
I mean, the best shot is you have Jalen Phillips in the game, get some pressure on Herbert. But even then, throughout the season, the Chargers are still finding ways to win games, though. And particularly, the concerning part is their run game.
Yeah.
We know Jim Harbaugh knows how to utilize his running backs. He took an unknown running back and made him the lead rusher with two of his running backs out for most of the season. And now you're taking the same Eagles defense who struggled last week against the Bears.
Without Jalen Carter, too. Yeah. We saw what that was.
Yeah. And we saw what happened with last time against Cam Scattergood and the Giants at MetLife.
Oh, no, even worse. You saw what the Cowboys did week one against our defense, man. Like,
right.
And now you're going against a good running back. What's the running back's name that they drafted? Hampton? The kid's a monster.
Yeah, him.
They got a number one running back, and they got that number two running back. What's that? The young, shifty running back that they had, too? He's good, too.
Vidal, he's at his breakout year. Yeah, Vidal, he's at his breakout year.
He reminds me of Darren Sproles a little bit, man. He is quick. He is shifty. He can make those little small cuts. And if you can't tackle him, bye-bye. If Justin Herbert gets comfortable, it's a wrap. You need to make him uncomfortable. If he's going to be playing, if I'm the defense corner, I'm saying go get his hand. Go target his hand. Right? You want to put him out there? And I don't wish injuries on nobody, but if you want to risk your quarterback and you want to be dumb and you don't want to take care of your franchise guy, I'm all for it. I got to do my job, and I'm all for it. Put him in the dirt. I don't want to hurt him, but if I had to and I have to win this game any way you look at it, I got to. I'm going to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hurt him because I don't believe in that. But if you want to put your quarterback out on that field, knowing that he's not 100%, no, he just had surgery. I mean, you just watch Washington. What did they do? They put their quarterback out there. Not to change off topic, but they put the quarterback out there. Dan Quinn, the idiot, decided, hey, let's risk the quarterback again. You know what I'm saying? Knowing your quarterback can't, isn't fully healthy. Win a meaningless game. This is not the same thing, but, Justin Herbert's going to be playing. He's supposed to be playing tonight. Go get him. Go take him down. Make him have to feel the ground. Well, I mean, I don't wish injuries. I'm sorry, but if you have to hurt him to send a message, unfortunately. And if he's willing to play with that injured hand, life ain't fair sometimes, man. You got to do what you got to do, you know?
And what is Justin Herbert's track record in big games throughout his career? Most part, loss. So you can get to Justin Herbert, put him in a big pressure situation. That's favorable for the Eagles because that's usually where he performs at his worst. And that's what stops him from being a top 5 quarterback. Puts top 10, but not top 5.
Yeah. We got 8 people in the chat. Hit that like button. We got 11 people in the chat. Hit that like button, subscribe, man. Appreciate you coming on. How y'all feeling in the chat? Give me some positivity because I'm going to need it today. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, the monster does not come into me tonight. I told AK Eagle, if we lose today, I might not have a home tomorrow. My mom might kick me out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, because I might be a miserable person if we lose tonight. There should be no reason why you should lose to this team. But, you know, we'll lose to this team because we shoot ourselves in the foot. We're not going to lose this team because the Chargers are better. We're going to lose to this team because we're undisciplined. We're going to be undisciplined. Our coaching is going to be doing celebration on the sidelines when he shouldn't be, and he should be calling plays. And we're going to see another horrible one good quarter of football. You might get 2 good quarters of football. And it's like, oh, we don't know how to call plays anymore. We forgot how to do that. You know, I think you're going to see 2 different offenses being ran. I think you're going to see Kevin Patullo run his offense, and I think you're going to see Nick run his offense. You ever notice there's 2 different offenses being ran every single time? We noticed that, right?
Yep.
You know, and now Nick is supposed to be more involved. Yeah, we already know how that's going to turn out. More of a curl routes. More curl routes, less motion, more deep balls that don't go nowhere, less creativity. You know what I'm saying? Or what is it? What's Nick's favorite call that he loves doing again? What is it? Is it go? Is it not? It's not go routes. What is it? I think it's curls, right? What does Nick love calling the most? Hold on, look. I got the stats.
Yeah, I think he loves that. Yeah, that's one of his main ones.
Yeah. Hold on, let me find it because I showed I told AK about it, but I'll pull it up again. But yeah, our favorite move that we love going to is hitch routes. Highest hitch routes rate. We got the highest hitch route. We're going to see a lot more highest hitch routes today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, lowest cross route rates. We don't do that. We have the lowest cross route rates. You know what I'm saying? More involved with Nick, less of that today. Bottom 5 in pre-snap motion. Why do that? Bottom 2 in play action fakes. We don't do that. We don't believe in that. A.J. Brown lines up in the slot less than any other receiver in the NFL. Why not put A.J. Brown in the slot? No, we don't have it. We don't got brains in the offense. Yeah. We got 2 stooge nuts. And we're the most predictable offense. And we're going to continue to be that because, once again, the problem isn't just Kevin Patullo. He's part of the problem. Nick being more involved. There was reports coming out. Not to get, because I'm all over the place today. Because I want to get everything out. Because I don't know if I'm going to have a voice by tomorrow. Because I'm going to be screaming a lot. And I know I am. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully not. I would love not to scream. But Nick is going to run more hitch routes tonight. That's my prediction. More basic hitch routes that don't go nowhere. And run Jalen Hurts, quarterback runs. Nowhere to be anywhere to go, but just run Jalen Hurts with quarterback runs because he wants to. We're going to run Saquon Barkley one time. We're going to pass the ball, pass, run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. We're going to run the exact same offense. Like Nick, I'm trying to be positive, but I don't see positivity.
Right. Against the 3rd best defense against the pass.
Yeah. And we're playing a good secondary today.
Yeah. They're great at deflecting passes, good at getting turnovers.
Yeah.
And the Eagles can't even do the basics in the pass game correct.
Yeah. And I said this, and I'll say this again. If we lose this game, Nick should be fired. Hell, if we lose to the Raiders also, Nick should be fired. If you don't beat the Chargers, all hell better break loose in that locker room, man. Nobody's safe. I don't care who it is on the team. Nobody's safe if you lose this game tonight. This is not just for the coaching. This is for the players too. This is going to show me a lot, right? If these players look sluggish, that's it. Pack it up. And I'm going to know, first of all, because I'm going to see on my computer, because I'm not going to be able to watch it on TV because I don't got Amazon, but I'm able to go on the website. So I'm going to watch it also. I'm going to watch the full game. I'm not going to watch the highlight. I'm going to watch the full game. I ain't going to tell you the website, but shout to hiding. But I already know what's going to happen. We're not going to do nothing. We're going to continue to run stressful routes that are not going to go nowhere. I want to see this offense get open. Get Barkley the ball, not just in the running game, outside the running game. Let's get him on a wheel route. Why don't we do that more? Get Bigsby on a wheel route. Get Devontae Smith going. Get AJ going. Get Jahan Dotson going.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Get these guys going. You know what I'm saying? Get Calcaterra off the freaking field, man. Please get him off the field. Because he can't block. I don't know why he's here, man. You know what I'm saying? He should have been on like Gibson too. He should have been gone too. I would have cut his ass yesterday. Frankly, because he's just a waste of a roster spot. You know what I'm saying? You got to get these playmakers going, man. You got to get Jalen Hurts comfortable. I would run RPOs. Get the quick pass going. Get him under center. And stop going in shotgun mode. Ever since we go in shotgun, we already know what's coming. I know what's coming. You know? And her favorite play that I want to see less of is the tush push. Stop with that. I don't mind you running the tush push. But when you run it every single on third down, because that's the only play that they actually can come up with. Like, mix it up, man. Mix it up. Get something that the defense has never seen before. But who am I kidding? What am I saying? EC1, you're crazy for even saying that. I know Nick is looking at me crazy because it's like, are we talking about the same coaches? I know. I want to be positive today, man.
Yeah.
I forgot we got Nick Sirianni.
Good luck trying to come up with something creative. And the one time we did the fake tush push, it worked in our favor. But you would think, okay, we did something different. It worked. Why not try doing more creative plays? If it works once, it's got to work more times, right? But how will we know? Because the Eagles haven't tried it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to see Nick does what he does best today. And I'm not trying to be negative, but this is what Nick is going to do today. He's going to shit over our our players, and he's going to once again call a shitty game plan. Yes, that's why I put it out there. That's why I had the meme, because I knew who Nick was. I wasn't getting rid of it. Everybody thought I was going to get rid of it. Did you really think I was going to get rid of the Nick insults? Did you really think that? Hell no. I know this coaching staff. You can't fool me. You know what I'm saying? Just like I got other memes for other coaches too. Kevin Butula, I got one for too. Coming up soon. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll make him throw up. Because that's his play calling right now. It's throw up, okay? But Nick calls a gassy game plan because he stinks. And he can't call plays. And I'm supposed to rely on him to call an offense? We know he can't call a game plan. Everything he calls is shit. It's bubble guts, man. There's nothing that's creative. It stinks just like his play calling, just like his buddies, just like his offense that he talks about, and now he's more involved. Like, the keys of the game is simple. Get pressure on Justin Herbert and get that offense off the field and score points. But we know they're not going to do it. Like, we got to stop. We got to understand this, right? We can have faith all we want. You could put a bunny costume on today. I hope it works for you. I'm personally not going to put a bunny costume on because I think that's stupid. But if that helps this team, put all the bunny costumes you want on today because you're going to need it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the bunny can call play. How am I supposed to have confidence when this offensive coordinator is being ran by a head coach who can call plays, but I'm supposed to rely on him to be more involved in the offense, and he can't even call plays. So I'm going to have two nincompoops running the offense, and that's not going to lead to success. We know that's going to lead to disaster, man.
Yeah, and what? Yeah, you call the base same generic passing plays. What's going to happen? Incomplete passes, interception.
Jalen Hurts running to his right side and throwing it out of bounds.
Right now, maybe you would think with the Chargers being the 13th ranked run defense, it's like, okay, they're not horrible, but they do have their weak points.
Well,
maybe you would try to get something going, try to get some RPOs going a little bit.
Yeah.
Try to make something of that weak point. That would be the right thing to do, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm not going to believe it until I actually see them do it.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that they would. I mean, why is it taking this long to figure out a game plan? We already know that they haven't figured shit out. Let's be real. The bunny was a distraction so Nick can once again say detailed together toughness. And I'm going to hear him one more time say that again. I'm going to lose my brain cells, man. Respectfully. Okay, I don't want to hear toughness detailed together again unless you can actually show it on the goddamn field. Okay? I need my offensive line to show toughness detailed together and hold their blocks and understand when to not jump off sides. I need my offense to actually start clicking. Okay? Because here's the thing, man. There's nobody in this, and this is the frustrating part. Kansas City is done. The Bears don't look like a threat to you, unless you play the Eagles, obviously, and we just didn't look prepared. But you saw what the Packers did. You know what I'm saying? I don't see, like, and that's the thing. If we can figure out our own ways and get out of our fucking bullshit play calling that we run and actually run a competent offense, not even a great offense, but a competent. Who is stopping us? Because I keep saying it. I don't care. You don't got to be the greatest offense corner. All you need is just be functional a little bit. Be functional. This offense don't need a lot, man. They just need a little, creativity. No, we're not asking Nick. Go ahead.
You see last year, even the wild card game against the Packers, the offense wasn't great, but it was functional enough to hold off and win that game.
Yeah.
One example. You see another game such as, like, I was going to say the Browns, but that was like, really didn't start to find our groove till the first Giants matchup last year. That's when it all started to click. Or you see the Panthers game last year. It wasn't the greatest game, but it was good enough to get the win. Those performances are easily better than pretty much any performance this year outside of the rematch with the Giants.
I'm glad you brought the Panthers up because this is the thing that I don't like about Nick, man. Why do we always play down to our competition? You ever notice that? Like, and that I think frustrates a lot of players too, right? And we did this with Dallas. We had a 21-point lead and we blew it because the coaching was stinking and it was bad. I don't care how many people want to blame. Oh, the players were bad. No. The coaching was terrible. You could stop trying to praise Kevin Patullo. He wasn't good, okay? You could talk about Jalen Hurts all you want. Jalen Hurts, if you look at his resume that he had that game, you look at him and if his name wasn't Jalen Hurts and it was Josh Allen, they'd be praising him. But it's Jalen Hurts, we're going to say he stinks. Okay, the man literally had a QBR that was the highest graded that game. Okay, despite losing that game, he was one of the best accurate passers, I believe. You know what I'm saying? And that just shows you, like, Jalen Hurts, I want to show you these numbers too. Like I'm going to read you the numbers. Because this is a quarterback, ladies and gentlemen, that people keep on telling me that this guy is trash, that this guy doesn't have it. And I keep failing to realize, because number one, anybody think that Jalen Hurts is the problem? Well, I disagree. Because it's not Jalen Hurts. Where's the numbers at? Hold on, I got it on my. His stats are off the chart. When you want to talk about his quarterback, where is it at? Is it this one? Well, that's one of them. I got plenty of them today because I got receipts because I'm tired of hearing the slander from my quarterback. I really am. we ain't going to talk about Chris Sims. I mean, can Chris Sims not
Please.
can Chris Sims not shut up, man? Please, Chris Sims, can you not shut up for once? Like I'm not trying to go off topic, but I hate Chris Sims, man. Chris Sims, the same dude. How are you going to tell a quarterback that did more than your pathetic, goofy, weird ass could ever do? You can't even get a playbook right. Righty tighty right, what? Righty tighty right. John Gruden had to break it down to him, and I'm sorry, but watching his film destroying, he kept on blaming Jalen Hurts. It's like, bro, do you not watch the same thing? Dan Orlovsky is saying the offense is stale. Here comes Chris Sims and all these clown bozos want a clout that just say, oh, Jalen Hurts the problem. It's not Jalen Hurts the problem because his numbers are off the chart. Hold on, let me figure out where is it at, man.
Chris Sims is nothing more than a one-dimensional attention seeker. All he can do is get attention with ridiculous takes.
Yeah. Sorry,
He
man.
doesn't have
I got
anything else to
distracted.
go off of.
Yeah, sorry, guys. That was out of nowhere because I just saw his video again on my IG. So, that's the only reason why I thought of Chris Sims. Trust me, I wasn't trying to talk about Chris Sims, but I saw him again. I don't know why Eagle fans keep posting him, but, dude, he needs to shut up, man. Go get a playbook right, then come talk about our quarterback, man. Until that, shut up, man. Go ask John Gruden about his playbook, okay? Since you couldn't memorize a high school playbook, and you were a third string quarterback, and you live off your daddy's name.
Exactly.
Give me a break, man. Like, you are no different than a freaking. It's like Garner Minshew telling Jalen Hurts how to run an offense. Who is you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you are no different than a freaking Nate Sudfeld, man. Who is you, bro? You know what I'm saying? You're a bum, man. You are a scrub backup, man. You did nothing in your career. You can't even get a game. Like, I'm sorry, Chris Sims needs to have his mouth taped.
Seriously, Eli Manning, at least Eli was part of 2 Super Bowl winning teams. He did have a legit Pro Bowl nod. At least he would have some credibility when they're on the Manning cast.
It's a joke, man. This guy always find ways to hate these bozos like Dan Sileo. Not to cut off topic, but I'm trying to find the stats. Oh, here we go. Ready?
He's a clown.
Oh yeah. I got a video already about him. Here we go. Jalen Hurts ranking among all quarterbacks. This is what I wanted to pull up. Air yards per attempt, 91.2nd. Total TDs, 27th third. Passer rating, 103.96. Completion percentage, 70%. The 11th, by the way, in 70% completions. Total EPA, 52.7. The 12th. He didn't play well last week, but is not the biggest problem with the Eagles offense. By Brendan Deeg. But go ahead and tell me Jalen Hurts is the problem, man. Go ahead, man, you McKee lovers, and tell me again how McKee is going to change this offense. You are goddamn idiots, man. Every single one of y'all. If you think McKee is the answer, you need to go and immediately just delete your account off the air and just hide in the little bubble. Okay? It's not the quarterback. And I'm tired of hearing Eagle fans say, oh, just put McKee in. What is McKee going to do? What is McKee going to do? He's going to show maybe one good game? It is what it is, man. It's just frustrating because this quarterback, I know if you got an offensive mind. Let's talk about it, man. The offensive mind, bro. Like, I want an offensive mind head coach. We fire Nick, man. Let's say Nick gets fired. Go give me an offensive mind, bro. I want Clint Kubiak. That's the guy I want. I want either Clint Kubiak or I want Joe Brady out of Buffalo. And that's the guy I want, man, because I'm tired of our head coach ruining talent, man. How many more years are you going to have this type of talent, bro? You're not going to be able to pay everybody eventually. Your defense is going to have to get paid, and you got so much talent, and you're wasting them.
You got young players on their first contract. Eventually, they're going to have to get something. Dallas Goedert's going to be the odd person out eventually.
He's probably going to be gone. I would have paid him. I mean, anybody think that we should trade Dallas Goedert? I mean, Dallas Goedert is such a big part of our offense. I don't want him to go. You know what I'm saying? And I know next year they're going to he's going to walk. Because is he a free agent after this year?
I'm gonna go look it up right now.
Or he might get traded. I don't know. Is he on? Did they? I thought they extended him, right? Is he here for 2 more years?
Let's see. He's playing on a reworked 1-year deal for the 2025
So he's a free agent this year.
Yep, free agent 2026. So
I would try to bring him back, man. I know he gets hurt, or I would go get Isaiah Likely out of Baltimore if he becomes available. I know we're not talking about free agent right now because I don't want to talk about free agent right now. What I want to talk about is this team hopefully change their ways. Because listen, the fact that I'm talking about free agent knows that I'm in a deep situation where I'm in a dark spot right now. Like, I really don't want to do therapy hour. I don't want to be a Commanders fan doing draft videos. I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? But it's leading up to that, man. It's leading up to that because if you don't fix your ways and you don't show anything, do you really want to go to the playoffs knowing that you can't run an offense? You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're playing in Philadelphia. We can definitely get beat in Philadelphia if we don't play our brand of football. The Bears went into Philadelphia, had no problem beating us. They spanked the living dog crap out of us. DeAndre Swift and both of them had 100 yards on a game. I need this defense to shape up and actually show that they give a damn, man. Now, I think this defense has done a phenomenal job. And like I said, I'm not blaming the defense for last week, man. I know a lot of people want to blame the defense. I know I'm going to rant, man, because, like, dude, like, it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. You know, if you want to add anything, hey, my fault.
And the problem with the defense, in part, comes from the offense's inconsistencies. The offense is so inconsistent, so many 3-and-outs. The defense has to play more time on the field. Usually, the opposing team leads time of possession, and eventually, over time, the defense starts to tire out.
Yeah, not this team. We like to be hard-headed, and we got two doofuses running a franchise, and they don't even know how to run a Madden league, for Pete's sakes. They're trying to run a Madden league, and it's not working.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm watching Madden plays being installed in real life, man. Who would have thought in Madden 2026 we actually running an offense like Madden? Who would have thought that we would see actual Madden game calls on actual TV?
Right. And not to mention, Madden gameplay has been unrealistic for the longest time. You really going to trust that game to put together a real game plan?
Well, I'm not saying they might. I don't know if they do it, but they sure hell look like they're calling Madden plays. We ain't going to call plays, but we don't know that. Listen, Kevin McCullough calls a Madden gameplay, he needs to be fired immediately. Immediately. Don't even come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to say fire Kevin McCullough because it's not Kevin McCullough. I keep saying it, man. Everybody went to a fire Kevin McCullough. Get that? Okay, you fire Kevin McCullough when I keep saying this. And I hear people talk about fire Kevin McCullough. And I get Kevin McCullough is horrible. I get that. But it's Nick, man. Eventually, the coach has to be caught and held accountable, man. He got to be held to his feet. He got to have his feet held to the fire, man, for the shit he's caused. You got to pay the piper. You know what I'm saying? But he's leaving Kellen Moore. I'm sorry, not Kellen Moore. He's leaving guys like Brian Johnson and KP take the bullet for him. Why he gets scot-free off, and allowed to do what he does. Like he gets to be, scot-free and he's allowed to just do the same shit over and over again. No, man. He needs to be held accountable. If he claps this year, he got to be the one gone. He got to be the one gone, man. I'm sorry. I wouldn't fire Kevin McCullough. I'd fire Nick first. And then I'd fire Kevin McCullough at the end of the year. Or I might fire him if we lose to the Raiders, man, you fire both of them. But I'm just saying, if you lose today, I think the Raiders might beat you in 2 weeks. And that's bad. Because I think hell is going to break loose in that locker room, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, Nick. Like, what are you expecting tonight, man? Give me some positivity, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give me positivity. You got any positivity? Got some rabbit magic?
What I can think of is possibly Jalen Phillips helps the pass rush a little bit. That at least gives us something, gives us a chance.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Jalen Phillips got to step up, man, because like I said, bro, no Jalen Carter. Adoree Jackson is going to be your corner. You got Marcus Epps. Is Marcus Epps? Is Marcus Epps better than Cindy Brown? Maybe.
I mean, these
Maybe.
guys make Darius Slay in his current form look good in comparison.
I'm sorry. I'm so glad we didn't bring that dude back, man. I'm sorry, y'all want me to give you my honest opinion? I did not want Slay back. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm tired. I'm glad that it's over with. Thank you, Mr. Banana Pudding, for trying to ruin my season even more. Thank you. We appreciate you. No, I do not want your banana pudding. Only Eagle fans who want him back are the guys who eat banana pudding at the tailgate. I could care less about his banana pudding, man. I don't care about his banana pudding. That man got torched in Pittsburgh, man. He got benched. He got benched. And you think he's going to be like, is he going to be better than, would he be better than Adore Jackson? I mean, that's like saying, you know, I guess, you know, he can't be too shitty, but he's still shit, you know? Come on, man. Like, it's still shit, you know? You know, at least the shit that you shit in the toilet doesn't stink as much. I mean, that's what we're saying when we bring Slay back, man. You know, the shit that you shit in the toilet doesn't stink that much, so it's fine. You know, no, come on, man, it's still shit. You know, you gotta flush that, man. You gotta flush that. At this point, Adore Jackson is what he is, man, and I accept it. I personally would put Ja'Cory Bennett out there, but they're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? They wasted a pick on him. You know, I don't know, man. You know, why trade for a guy if you're not going to use him? You know, but a guy like Cindy Brown, man, you know what I'm saying? Cindy Brown was awful last week again.
John Mechie.
My team. He got to get off my team, man, next year. I want Cindy Brown traded to the next nearest UFL football league. Hell, I'll trade him to Cincinnati to go play with his freaking brother. Who's better than him, will ever be better than him, always will be better than him, because he's not shit. You know what I'm saying? His name should be Sidney Jones. That's how bad he is. He doesn't deserve the Brown. He deserves to be called Sidney Jones 2.0 for being terrible. Or the J.J. Arcega-Whiteside at safety. Because he's terrible. I mean, he can't cover. He is so bad. And you know what? It's bad when you got Marcus that, hey, you know what? I got an idea. No, I'm sorry, Eagle fans. I'm sorry. I got to go after Howie. You know, the guy that, you know, you traded in the offseason, y'all miss him? Y'all missing him? I'm missing C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Are you? I would love to see C.J. Gardner-Johnson right now, right? Nah, we didn't want to bring him back, right? He was too toxic, right? He looks toxic in Chicago, isn't he? Had a pick. He had a good game yesterday. He had a pick, a fumble, I believe. Didn't he have a pick yesterday?
He did.
You know what I'm saying? But Howie, you know, and I love Howie, but he screwed the pooch. He screwed the pooch. And I had Eagle fans in the offseason tell me that C.J. Gardner-Johnson was a nobody. He was a nobody. I knew this was a bad trade. And I'm telling you why our offense looked bad too, by the way. Because we got no, we like C.J. Gardner-Johnson has turned every franchise he went, other than Houston, to a Super Bowl contender, man. Everywhere he goes. He almost turned the Lions into Super Bowl contenders. If he stayed healthy, the Lions would have went to the Super Bowl. I truly believe. Look everywhere he goes, man. If that ain't a guy that you would want as a player, I don't care about his toxic, because at least he was able to show accountability and he would actually show effort on the field. I'd rather have him over Cindy Brown. I'd rather have him over Marcus Epps.
Keely Ringo.
Yeah. You know, don't want to bring Isaiah Rodgers back. You know, we didn't want to do that. No, we didn't want to do that. We didn't want to draft a corner. I was screening, you know, and I love Howard Roseman, but he made some mistakes this year. You know, I understand he wanted to go fix in the trade deadline. Jair Xander, unfortunately, didn't work out. That would have been a great move. Honestly, I think our defense would have been a lot better with Jair Xander. You know what I'm saying? I think the Ravens should give us a pick back, because I think they knew about that he was retiring. You know, and I get mental illness is very important, and I get that. If you're not ready, I get that. But, you know, we wasted a pick. We didn't give up that much, but, you know, I still would have wanted a cornerback, because we desperately need one now. Because Adore Jackson got lit up yesterday. They didn't target Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, the Chargers won't target Quinyon Mitchell. I guarantee you know how they're going to score touchdowns today? They're going to score touchdowns by getting at who? Number 8. He will
Adore
get Rick
Jackson.
Apart.
Keely Ringo.
No, Keeler Ringo won't be playing. He'll be on special teams. But it will be him and Marcus Epps that will get ripped apart. Anybody thinks Marcus Epps is an upgrade? Let me tell you something. Marcus Epps is about to make Sidney Brown look child's play tonight. He is bad. I don't know if people forgot how bad he was in 2022, but the man was missing tackles left and right. Do you not remember that? Remember that? Where he couldn't cover? You know what I'm saying?
I try to forget about it.
Yeah. He's going to be active today. I don't know what he's going to bring. At this point, man, why not go get Justin Simmons? Why not go get Justin Simmons, man? How about this? Don't trade C.J. Gardner-Johnson unless you have a good game plan as a backup. You know what I'm saying? Howie Roseman messed up big time by trading C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I'm going to say it right now. Look at the Bears, man. The Bears were good, but they have a spark right now in their defense. And that's scary. You know what I'm saying? It's scary that C.J. Gardner-Johnson is able to turn that Bears defense I watched yesterday. They didn't lose that game. Their quarterback did because he stinks and he's fingernail polish on his hands too much. And he couldn't throw a football. But that's beside the point. You know, they were able to make plays. They're an aggressive defense. You want to know why? Because they got a guy like C.J. Gardner-Johnson who is such an impact player, man. Everybody looks at him as just a guy. If I'm the Bears, honestly, I would sign him to a 4-year or 5-year deal and screw the Eagles for ever getting him again. Because they don't deserve him. The fact that you could have picked him up on waivers, I'm ashamed of Howie Roseman today, man. I'm not saying hate him. I love Howie Roseman. I think he makes mistakes, but he should have got C.J. Gardner-Johnson off the waivers, man. And he messed up. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was the Easter Bunny, not that blow-up bunny that we have in our locker room.
Yeah, from a on-the-field standpoint, he's easily better than the majority of our secondary this season. Even Isaiah Rodgers, even on the Vikings, he's had his flashes. He would still be better than what we got.
Monty Bentley, I respect you, bro, but are you smoking crack today? 56! Listen, man. We'll be lucky if we get 30 today. Hey, listen, we scored 56 points, man. I'll tell you right now, I will go to the local barbershop and get my hair pink dye on my hair the next day. You will see purple hair on me. Because that's never going to happen. I'm telling you right now, if they put 56 on the board, we'll have another live stream and I'll bring Nikki back on there and we get to sit back and we'll have something to talk about, hopefully.
Yeah. You know, and I must be playing Madden if that's the case.
Shit, I might dye my hair pink if that happens, man. Which that tells you it's not going to happen, bro. 56? Hey, man, I like the positivity, but try the other way now. 56 for the Chargers. The 56 for the Chargers, bro. That is more likely it's going to happen. You probably got the right score, but just reverse that score now. 17 Eagles and the Chargers 56. That's more likely would happen than us scoring 56 because they got a good coaching staff over there. And I'm going to tell you right now, do not be surprised if they run the ball on us and we can't stop the run. I don't know if we're going to stop the run today. I don't know what Ty Robinson is. Do you know what Ty Robinson is? Do you even know what he is?
Nope.
I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy or a negative Jimmy, whatever you want to say. But 56, if we score 56 points, I promise you, the next day I will have my hair dyed pink. You heard it first. Because it's never going to happen. Ever. Not with Nick.
Yeah.
Mine? Probably. Go ahead. My fault.
Yeah, I'm starting to daydream with that 56 idea.
Oh, that would be lovely. Listen,
I don't see it happening.
I will dye my hair pink if that happens, bro. Because honestly, that would be the greatest thing ever. We get 56 points on a team after we couldn't score more than 30. Hey, man, then Nick can definitely call plays then. And I was wrong about Nick. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the first one. Listen, man, I will go and go a step further. I will come on here the next day and apologize to Nick Sirianni and never disrespect that man again if we put 56 on the Chargers. That's how far I'm willing to go to tell you it's not going to happen. 56 is crazy. You're better off seeing 56 with the Chargers.
Yeah, exactly.
That might happen. You probably got the right score, but just reverse the other teams now. Because that's more likely going to happen. The Chargers scoring 56 on us than our offense scoring 56.
And those 17 points, or most of them are coming in the fourth quarter in garbage time.
Yeah, I mean, if Nick scores 56 points, I mean, he did score 54, but again, he didn't score that. That was Kellen Moore. What did he do? Let's put our offense on the side. We could have scored 60 on him. With the Super Bowl. Nick does not believe in racking up points, man. All he believes on is getting a big lead and playing down to his competition till the game's over. He's not willing to put 60 on points. That's what frustrates me because, like, I'm sorry, but a guy like Ben Johnson, he wants to blow your brains out. And he wants to score as many points as possible. And I like that about an offense coordinator. And our players love that. And I think they would love a guy like that who would love to score more points. And Nick is like, nah, we're gonna be conservative. We don't wanna be bad sportsmanship. Man, screw that shit, man. Put 40 on their ass, man. But Nick wants to be professional. He don't act like it. But he wants to be professional, down below, and he wants to not go after teams and kill them. He wants to, don't want to hurt their feelings. He plays for a participation trophy, man. He's like the gym teacher that you see at your high school, man.
Win games at this point. You're 8-4. It's a tight race. The Cowboys, despite losing, are still 2 games back. You gotta get back. You gotta get back in control and keep moving forward. The race is getting closer now in the NFC East. So you got to hit the gas pedal, make a statement, score some points, win a game. It's time. In other words, let's do what we haven't done all season long.
Yeah. Fortunately, that's not going to happen.
It's going to work.
It's not going to happen, unfortunately. This team does not have heart. It doesn't have a heartbeat. That was my heartbeat pumping out as we were just talking about scoring points because I love that. But our coaching is too soft. We don't got a coach that believes in doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, man. We got a Brett Brown conservative yes man, or not a yes man, excuse me, a conservative coach who plays scared to his team. Like he's the guy that will score 30 points and say, you know what, that's enough points. Let's just take our starters out. And let the team come back from 20. I mean, how many times have we seen we blown teams out and what do? We allow them to come back. It frustrates me, man. It frustrates me. And it would not shock me when we score 21 points and we allow, listen, 2 ways it's going to happen today, right? 1, your offense does his job and we will lose because Nick can't call plays anymore or he falls into a conservative ways and we blow 8. You know what would be crazy if we blow a 28-point lead to the Chargers today? It would not shock me. Or the Chargers blow us out, man. Because, like, honestly, I think that right now, we got to find out what this team is all about. This game right here, Monday night in 3 hours. 3 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? 3 hours. Monday Night Football. It's going to tell us about this team. If this team can't show anything, Nick, please come to the office. You're fired. You're fired. Kevin Batula, please come to the office. Yeah, you're fired. Get up out of here, man. Michael Clay, you can be gone too. I don't know why you're here still. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? All coaches better be rolling out the door the next day. Because if you lose this game, there's no way in hell you're winning any more games. I think you'll beat Washington. Maybe you'll beat the Raiders. It wouldn't shock me if we lose to the Raiders, honestly. It doesn't shock. Nothing shocks me. But I'm telling you right now, if we lose to the Chargers, Nick gets fired. Nick should be fired. Jeffrey Lewis should fire him. Because that, to me, shows that your team quit. Now, if your team shows fight and you lose because you're fighting, even though your players are fighting for you, okay, I get it. Keep you. All right, maybe give you another game. But if your players quit on you tonight, and I see no effort, Jalen Hurts look like he don't want to be there. A.J. Brown doesn't look like he want to be here. Devontae Smith looks sad on the sidelines. Saquon Barkley looks like he's in deer in headlights. The offense don't look like they're coming prepared. We get penalties left to right. If I see more than 15 penalties, you got to fire Nick, man. You got to fire Nick. You might as well get it over with now. And, you know, I don't want to say that because, yeah, we're 8-4, but I don't give a fuck about 8-4. We are the worst 8-4 football team, the most overrated 8-4 football team ever. And we're not playing like an 8-4 football team. Last week, that 8-4 football team, what was the record? What was the Bears' record again last week before they played us? Were they 8-4?
8-3.
8-3. Okay, they look like a better 8-3 football team than we did. We look like a junior high school football team going against an NFL offense. And you're telling me that I'm supposed to have confidence that they can beat the Chargers? The Chargers have a good offensive core. I mean, their head coach knows how to call plays. The head coach is smart. The offensive coordinator is smart. The defensive coordinator doesn't believe in sitting back and letting quarterbacks do whatever they want. He blitz. They got Derwin James over there. Their defense is nasty, man. They're nasty. Their corners are nice over there. They got nice pieces over there. They got some pieces over there. And if you can't get to Justin Herbert, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be a long game. You know, say your defense is going to have to come through, and I think our defense is going to hold us in for most of the part. But I got a feeling that our defense, once again, is going to be held down to dry. Like, Nick, in my feeling, can I call you Nick? Or Nicky, whatever you call it?
Go for it.
I feel like, well, I'm not going to call you Nick Sirianni because that would be offensive. I'm going to call you Nick. You know what I'm saying? The guy that actually deserved the word Nick. Not Nick Sirianni. He doesn't deserve the word Nick. He deserves that. His name should be Niche, as a guy who doesn't have a freaking clue how to run an, I don't know, man. Nick Sirianni. There we go. I don't call him Nick. Okay, he ain't Saint Nick. All right, but Nicky, I mean, the offense is going to hold his defense dry, man. I'm telling you, man. We're going to talk about all this, and we're going to come back and be like, what the fuck did we just spend hours talking about this team? They didn't fix a damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
And nothing. Like, I expect, once again, first play, Jalen Hurts on shotgun mode. Don't put him on the center. Shotgun mode. No. I'll give you one better. We're going to run Saquon Barkley in the exact same position we always do. Up the middle. Defense stops you. Second down. Deep ball to A.J. Brown. Deep ball to Jalen Hall overthrows him. Third down. Guess who they're going to call next? You already know it's coming. No, nothing. They'll just let Jalen Hurts try to make something out of nothing. Roll to his right. Throw an incomplete pass. And then fourth down. Oh, that's right. Nick will punt the ball. Because that's what he does. Offense get the ball. Chargers go down and score. Or defense makes a stop, and your offense can't do nothing. It's going to be the same stuff. Like, I got a feeling I'm going to watch the same shit, man. I better see some different designs, man, because I heard, you know, the players been telling us that they installed different designs. Well, first of all, why are you saying that, number one? And number two, I hope so. I said, whoa, what a great game plan. That was a genius call. Probably not. I'm going to say, oh, here we go again. What is Nick going to do? Yeah, run it. I'm going to be the biggest monster tonight. I'm telling you, Nick. I'm going to be the biggest monster. I might be the biggest monster. I might be the biggest monster that you ever see tonight. The only monster you're going to see is the monster in me. It won't be Monster Inc. tonight. It'll be Easy One turn into an angry monster. Because I'm going to go crazy if you don't show anything tonight. Because I don't know how many chances I got to give this team. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Oh, I'm gonna do my predictions and we're gonna get going. All right, unless you want to add things. You know what I'm saying? But I think we pretty much covered everything. Did we cover everything today?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm doing this.
It's not looking good.
I got the Eagles winning. All the shit I talked about. But I just got to keep faith, man. I don't know what it is. I know they're going to lose. I know they're going to lose, man. And I'm going to get let down again. But in my heart, as an Eagle fan, I believe green. You cut my skin open, it's green. It's not red. I feel like our offense somehow got to change. I mean, you got to change somehow, right? You know what I'm saying? Is Jeffrey Lurie going to allow another season to collapse? I got to fail to think that will happen. I got the Eagles winning 21-24. I'm sorry, 24-21. Go.
Yeah. I got two predictions. The
Go
one
ahead.
I want to happen and the one I realistically see happen. Now, the one I want to happen is that we somehow find a way to win this game. Jaelan Phillips, I almost drew a blank for a second. Jaelan Phillips steps up. Maybe you go with a 4-3 approach.
Okay.
And you get some speed. That would be something I'd love to see. That could make a difference. And then maybe you find a way to win. Maybe something along the lines of 23-20, something along those lines. That's what I want to happen. But then there's what I see realistically happening going into it.
Lay it on me, bro. Lay it on me, brother.
I don't see this working out so well. I see possibly the Los Angeles Chargers dropping over 30 against us, winning this by a score of, say, 34 to maybe at best 17 at best.
Yeah.
But now we just got to see which one's going to actually happen.
I feel like, and I agree with you. I feel like that's going to happen, but I gotta hope my team wins, man. I'm tired of losing. Bro. And it's like I know nothing about winning, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to verge back into being negative. I want to see some positivity. I want to see this offense change. I want to be saying Nick actually showed he was a coach, not a little boy today. He actually grew a pair and he found how to call a game plan. Wouldn't it be nice if Nick actually knew how to call a game plan? If we could finally see Nick call a game plan for the first time and it's actually was successful. Probably not, but I hope so. Like I told Eagles Unsent, AK Eagle, I told him that I want this team to continue to have the head coach and not go through another head coach. Because when you go through another head coach, you got to worry about players fit here and all that stuff. And you got to worry about players, the coaches like them or not. You can't just get a head coach. Any head coach you bring, they're going to have full say. They should have full say. Or you're just going to hire another Nick Sirianni at that point. I mean, if that's what Jeff Lurie does and he fires Nick and you hire another, then there's no point of firing Nick. But if you go get an offensive coordinator head in mind, you guys are going to come in there and they're going to want a lot to say. And I don't want to be in a situation where you bring a new head coach, Jalen Scott's going to learn new offense. I want to be able to know that my head coach, everybody says he's a winning coach. Everybody says all his percentages, look all that shit. Well, we're going to see what Nick is all about tonight because his back's against the wall. You know what I'm saying? His back's against the wall, man. And I think you're frozen, bro. Is he frozen? You're frozen, man. Hold on, let me see something.
Hold on.
I can hear you. I just can't see your face. You got a little you're frozen. But it don't matter. We're almost time. We're almost headed out. But yeah, man. Like I said, right. I think Nick is going to have to show he can call a game plan, man. And like I said, bro, like I'm hoping he can call a game plan, bro. Like, wouldn't that be nice if Nick actually can call a offense? That would be nice, right? Will it happen? Probably not. Probably not. And and I agree with you. I think you're going to see the Chargers score 30 on us, man. I think we're going to get dominated. I don't think there's nothing going to change. I think we're going to see the same offense. But in my gut feeling, I got to go with my Birds today, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to go with my lucky jersey. Every time I wore this jersey, we won, man. I wore this jersey every time, and we won. I put this lucky jersey on today, and it's going to be the formula why we win, man. Not the damn bunny in Easter costume. No, the Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is going to have a touchdown today. He's going to win this game for us today. Jalen Hurts is going to throw the ball once again. Everybody's saying he can't win us a big game, blah, blah, blah. He's going to show once again he can put his team on his back again. He's going to put his team on his back again. And he's going to, once again, build his coaching up. He's going to win us this game today. It's going to go down to the wire. And Jalen Hurts is going to actually walk off, win a touchdown in L.A. He's going to throw a bomb to Devontae Smith. I know people think I'm sounding ridiculous. I think Jalen Hurts is going to throw either to A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith or Jahan Dotson. One of those three receivers are going to get a walk-open overtime touchdown. It's going to go to overtime tonight. It's going to go to overtime. I'm telling you all right now, buckle up. It's going to go to overtime. The Chargers fight. And I think it's going to go to overtime. And I think Jalen Hurts wins this game with a walk-off, unbelievable throw, clutch throw, the big moments. We talk about big moments. Jalen Hurts is going to bail his coach out again. And unfortunately, it's going to be great, but it's also going to suck because then we're not going to see any other improvement with Nick because he's going to use that as justification. But Jalen Hurts is going to once again show why he's an elite quarterback. And he's going to have another coach once again getting bailed out by him. I think Jalen Hurts throws a clutch touchdown in overtime. Beat the Chargers 24-22. Does that make sense?
Let's let that actually be reality now.
Wouldn't that be nice, man? And then I could shut all these Jalen Hurts haters up, man. I mean, I don't got to do too much. All I got to do is show you this, man. I don't got to say too much. Anybody who thinks Jalen Hurts is a bum, man, okay. I mean, he's been to 2 Super Bowls. How many times your quarterback been to? I mean, I could care less what Jalen Hurts haters have to say because, like I said, man, at the end of the day, I keep showing y'all this. I'm going to keep showing you this, man. Shut up. At the end of the day, my quarterback has done something y'all quarterbacks can't do. So unless your name is 2 Super Bowl appearance, Jalen Hurts, I don't want to hear from a Cowboy fan. I really don't, man. I understand a quarterback. You're laughing because our quarterback is struggling. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're struggling not because of our quarterback. We're struggling because our quarterback's progressing because of this coach staff is incompetent. I told this Bills fan, my guy, by the way, I'm going to have him on his podcast soon. We play the Bills. I can't wait for that one. Hopefully we actually are competing. What's his name? Stuff about sports. He's a Bills fan. Him and I go at it, but I can't wait to have him on the podcast. We're going to talk about it. But I told him, I said, give us your offensive coordinator and let's see what Jalen Hurts is. Because he kept on telling me, Jalen Hurts is the issue. He's the problem. And I said, dude, we got KP and Nick, 2 bona fide idiots. Give them Josh Allen's, put them in the Buffalo, and let's see how good KP and Nick Sirianni would do with Josh Allen. I guarantee you Josh Allen will be asking for a trade by the end of the year. Because there's no other quarterback that's winning with this roster. Especially not this roster, I'm sorry, this coach staff. This coach staff is so horrible, man. It's dysfunctional. There's only one quarterback that I can see win with this offense. And that's the man in Kansas City. I'm sorry. There's only one offensive coordinator, one quarterback that can win with Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni, other than Jalen Hurts right now. And it's Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen would be miserable in Philadelphia if he had KP and Nick Sirianni because they're dopes. They actually have an offensive coordinator, man. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, give us your offensive coordinator and give us your offensive coordinator. You take KP for a week and let's see whoever's a better offense. Let's switch it up. You take our offense going in for a week. We'll do a little, a trade. We'll give you back your offense corner eventually. But we love to see what an offense corner would look like. Hell, I even take Ben Johnson for a week. Give me Ben Johnson for a week. You can have Nick for a week in Chicago, and let's see what my offense would do. You don't want to do that because you know my offense ain't the problem, bro. It's the coach staff, man. And we know this quarterback. This quarterback has been dealing with sorry coaching out. It's frustrating, man. Nikki, you got final thoughts before we head out, man? I've been talking a lot, man.
In this one, all I'm going to say is, look, if the Philadelphia Eagles do actually win this game, if they actually do something different, I will be the happiest fan. This will be the happiest I've been since February as a fan, if it actually happens. If that does happen, this could be the start of a turnaround. But now we got to wait and see what happens. Now, even if they do end up winning because of talent, that'll be great for one night, but it'll just delay the inevitable in the long term.
Yeah, we'll revert back to our old ways the next week.
Yeah, and we're about to see the truth come out when they step on the field tonight at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like, do you want this Eagles team to win? I mean, you want that, but what would you rather have at the end of the day? Do you really think, like, honestly, what would be the best thing for you right now? Would you want this Eagles, like anybody, like we all want this Eagles team to win, but honestly, what is the best situation for the Eagles right now? Lose more games and fire. Hopefully, Nick gets fired and KP gets fired, or something needs to change, and maybe they bring Frank Wright, or you win, and now you got to go another week with Nick talking about how he did a great job. KP in the press conference saying he done a great job. When his quarterback's bailing him out. And not the fact that he had flaws in that game, the fact that his quarterback once again had to bail him out, and his team had to bail him out, and he has to tell himself again that he did a great job and pat himself on the back. Because that's what you're going to have. You know, it's a lose-lose situation for me because, like, this team, I want us to win. I want my Eagles. I would never quit. I would never say I want my team to lose. I will always say my team should win. But it's like it's like the boogeyman, or do you want to be able to? Are you okay sticking with the boogeyman, or you want to get rid of the boogeyman? But if you get rid of the boogeyman, you know what I'm saying? Then you're miserable. If you win, you stick with the boogeyman, which is Nick and KP, two boogeymans. You know, you're winning, but you know things are not going to change for the better. And I'm not saying, you know, we should lose on purpose. I'm not saying that. But I don't think we got to lose on purpose. I think this team is going to show us who they are tonight. If this team comes out and they, like I said, and I said this over and over again, I'm going to leave it like this when we're in it. If this team comes out and they don't look ready, and they look flat, they look like they're not ready to go, they look like they just want to go home. Yeah, Nick, pack your bags, bro. Report to my office, leave your head coaching gear, get up out of here, man. Because once you lose your team, you can't get it back. You can't. You can't bring a coach back like that, man. If you collapse and your team does not look like they're ready to play, which the body language that I'm seeing in press conferences, they don't look ready. You know what I'm saying? They don't look ready to play. They look like they're miserable. I mean, when you have an Easter bunny in your building, that just tells me that there's something going behind the scenes, man. And I don't know if that Easter bunny is going to help it. I don't think so. I think it just made it worse, honestly. It's like when they fired Desai in the middle of the season. I think the Easter bunny is like Sean Desai getting demoted. Except you didn't demote the right guy. You basically made it so now it's more of an issue. And you embarrass these players now. The players that had a little bit of respect for you now pretty much don't have any for you now. They officially ran out, you know? But we're going to see, man. I appreciate you coming on. Any last words before you head out, man? Tell them where you can find your channel and yeah, man.
Yep, you can find it on YouTube under the search Nicky Stees. I'll put it in the chat one more time.
No, we got it right here, bro. We got it. Definitely go subscribe to him.
Went through, so there we go. You can find me there.
Yeah, go subscribe him.
A lot of Eagles content, some Sixers content, but also just and as well some NFL content as well.
Well, you collab with some Giant fans, don't you?
Oh, sometime a Tuesday night. Okay. It's a pick'em show we do for the NFL. It's a newer YouTuber called Agent Warrior X. He's a Giants fan.
Yeah, I see a little. Yeah, not to cut you off.
Brief recap of.
Go ahead.
The previous week. We do a brief recap of the previous week, and we discuss the upcoming games, which this year is just crazy off the wall. Bro. So we'll talk about that. So fly, Eagles, fly. Let's get
Yes,
this
sir.
preview. Put everyone's cynicism aside. Let us have a joyous Monday night.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Appreciate y'all for coming. Go Birds.
Of course. Awesome.
Yeah, let's go. We ready for the season. Fly Eagles are back, ready to stack. The wins in a back, ready to attack. So get out of the way, we ready to show we are again the world champs and labeled in the history books forever as the best sports team in the world. Nick Sirianni brings the fire and passion, leading our troops on the battlefield. Why our football team shows tough detail together and dominates on defense and offense. On the battlefield as a Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts is ready to show and shut all the noise. Why dominating and holding another Super Bowl trophy? Why collecting those Super Bowl rings and Super Bowl trophies? Like honorable gold medals, Saquon Barkley hits the hole. You know it's always a light show. A.J. Brown scores a touchdown in Philly. Why the Eagles crowd yells in the stands. Hey, woo! S1K always open, never leave your DB one-on-one with him, or he might be in 4 stages of hell. Devonta Smith might be skinny, but he will make your DBs go through hell with elite ability of smooth route running and getting open. Both of those elite Eagles wide receivers, aka nicknamed Swole Batman and Skinny Batman, lined up on your 2 cornerbacks, ready to give you a heart attack. So you might want some safety help. Vic Fangio, the defensive mastermind, disguising a defensive plan to put your QB on the ground and send your best wide receivers you have on your team too. Quintamon Bay, send him to hell with the Philly white boy at cornerback, locking your favorite wideout Cooper DeJane, also putting your wideout you have in jail. Why those secondary pieces like Zach Bond you had, Campbell hitting your QB like 2 Mac truck full force, and Jalen Carter and this mean